Chapter 12. My father tries to help. Dad sits me down at the kitchen table to organize the next day. "I'll drop you at camp at 9, he says. 9? That means I have to get up in the 8s. Actually, you have to get up in the 7s. It's half an hour away. Learning camp is one thing, but an hour a day in the car with one of my parents trying to tell me how hard I have to work to be successful is another thing altogether. I realize I have to quickly locate my MP3 player and headphones. Bodhi barely opens his eyes when I toss him the bone from last night's dinner, so I yell upstairs and ask my mother to take a look at him. She comes down wearing her headset and holding her cell. I'm not sure if it's because she's a doctor, but she's convinced cell phones can give you brain cancer, so she always uses a headset. Mom hangs up with her friend and looks into Bodhi's eyes. She feels his throat, then his belly. "Is he okay?" I ask twice before she answers. "Bodhi's 13 now. That's old for a dog." I pray she doesn't use this as an example of how math comes in handy in real life, but my father beats her to the punch. I hate how parents think they have to use everything that happens as some kind of lesson. 7 dog years equals 1 human year, right? So 7 times 13 equals... He waits for my answer like an FBI agent interrogating a spy. Thankfully, my mother saves me from embarrassment of not knowing the answer. "Actually, 7 to 1 is the old rule," Mom says. "Weight and breed are factors too. It's more like he's 80. I'm grateful to be off the hook, but then she spoils the moment. "See how important math is?" They both look at me with such desperate smiles. I want to smash my head into the tile counter. "I just care about Bodhi," I say, "not about stupid math." My mom thinks he's okay, but she'll give him a full workup in the morning. "I obviously can't go to camp," I say. "I need to be here while you run tests." "Believe it or not, I know what I'm doing," she says. "Bodhi will be fine until you get home." I try variations on this plan with no success. But maybe Bodhi just needed a rest because when it's time for me to go to bed, he follows me upstairs with no problem. The next morning when I wake up, my mother is sitting on the bed petting Bodhi. "Is he okay? Because I can definitely stay home from camp." "He's fine," she says. She reaches into the pocket of her robe and hands me a banana and a protein bar. I ignore my mother's protests and feed half of the banana to Bodhi. As soon as he gets in the car, my father takes my headphones. "We've got some quality time ahead of us," he says. "I thought we could discuss one of the books you are reading." I try to guess our speed so I can figure out the best time to hurl myself out of the car. I imagine myself tumbling along the side of the road, then eating berries and roots in the woods for the rest of the summer. "Derek, what do you say?" I bang my head repeatedly against the side window. When Dad tells me to stop, I open the window, stick my head out, then press the button so the glass squishes my head on its way back up. "Derek!" By the time I let down the window, he's turned on the radio. He's shaking his head, probably thinking about how he's failing as a father. I'm just glad I can sit here on my way to summer prison in peace.